Hey everybody, guess what? You're welcome to TCE Business Spotlight. And today I've got Chef Phil in the house. And she's like for real in the house because she's like doing a cake during the interview. So this is going to be really cool. So we're focusing Phyllis Drake, Chef Phil. What's up, Doc? I'm going to say Dr. Drake. Hold on. Uh, Chef Phyllis, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Happy
I
Monday.
am yes, it's a wonderful Monday. And then first, I want to welcome everybody to our spotlight. Of course, this is our TCE show. If you have a question or comment by email, even after we're done live, send it to me info@tcenow.com for your questions and comments. And those of you watching live on the different platforms we are on, just go ahead and put your comments in the question if you have a comment for Chef Phyllis, right? And we're going to get some wonderful stuff here. And again, this is powered by TCE Now, TCE TV, everything TCE, like, share, all that kind of good stuff so we can have this great conversation. But today, our spotlight is on Phyllis Drake. She is a accountant by day. That's what I call her, a money woman by day, but she likes to bake. And she did a little something different with her hobby. But right now, Chef Phil, tell us, what are you, we were talking a little bit in the green room, and you told me you're actually baking a cake for someone right now.
Yeah.
Tell us what you're doing. Yeah.
Actually, what I'm doing today is I'm making what I call a bucket of my signature cream cheese frosting, which goes on more than one of my cakes. It goes on my carrot cake, the hummingbird cake, and the red velvet cake. So it's quite versatile and quite popular. So if I can just kind of turn my device around here,
Yeah, go ahead. Turn it in there. Let's see what we can
kind of
see.
see, you can
Wow.
see my
Okay.
mixer, and
Mhm.
so I'm beating some cream cheese and some butter, and this is a vat of powdered sugar that's going to go into this bucket
Wow.
here, and we're going to do that. And then after I finish the bucket of frosting, then I'm going to get into actually grating some carrots, chopping some nuts, doing those things, and making the carrot cake.
So what's interesting is I'm talking to Chef Phyllis of Phyllis Drakes, and it's called Phil's Cakes. And first of all, Phil Cake is a sponsor of the TCE Summit, and we thank her for that. Because there's no way we were gonna not have something and have this woman her wonderful cake she's doing. But before we chatted, she told me she was making her frosting, and I just said this really unsmart question of like, "You make your own frosting?" And she said,
Yes. Well, you know what? The frosting is a whole, as they say, it's a vibe on its own. When I started making cakes, um,
mm-hmm.
I started really making pound cakes. Like my mom always made pound cakes, and she would make
Wow.
coconut cakes as well. So always watching her and watching that whole process of, okay, you got your ingredients, you're setting them up, you're making sure everything
Mm-hmm.
is right temperature, and then there you go. And I guess the overriding arc of it is, if you're going to take the time to make a cake from scratch, you need to have homemade frosting. But
Amen. I love it.
yeah, that's my perspective on it.
And that leads us right to our first question. Again, continue to do your frosting. I know you're working and doing, and I think that's cool. And so our viewers can see she's for real, y'all. She said real butter. She said
Cream
real
cheese,
cream cheese.
powdered
And she's
sugar,
gonna sugar, yeah.
and
And she's gonna actually grate carrots for her carrot cake. So I'm just saying, some of us just had no idea that that's what we do. But okay, who does this business serve? I know, like I said, you're an accountant by day. You have your 9 to 5, and this is your 5 to 9. Who's your best clients? Tell us a little bit about who Phil Cake serves.
well, actually, earlier this year, kind of long story short, a family friend of ours who owns a restaurant. His name is Billy McIntyre. Hi, Billy McIntyre. He has his a wonderful seafood restaurant in Portsmouth,
Mm-hmm.
Billy D's Seafood, and he saw my pictures of my products on Facebook, and they actually weren't even products then. They were just things that I was making. And sidebar, I do make real food too, in addition to the desserts. So he saw my things on Facebook, and he said, "Wow." He reached out and he said, "Oh wow, we need to have a conversation about you potentially putting some of your baked goods and desserts in my place." So I started off. I said, "Well, let me bring you a carrot cake, and then put it in your place, and then we'll see what what the feedback is. And, within a few days, it was, an instant hit. And we've been going ever since. So my products are
Wow.
there. I also do a banana pudding cup there, bread pudding with the lemon sauce, those kinds of things. And then now it's kind of spreading, spreading like
Yeah.
wildfire, as they say. Friends, of course, classmates. Shout out to my Hampton classmates. Shout out to my Woodrow Wilson classmates as well. Um, and they have just been just more than supportive of things. As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
a few months ago, I was able to make a groom's cake for my college roommate's wedding. So
Wow.
it gave me the opportunity to take the show on the road, literally, and learn how to bake in a in a in unfamiliar turf, so to speak.
That's
So
awesome.
so have plastic bags will travel.
There you go. So we're hearing networking as a way. Okay, you tapped into established networks you already had to build
Yes,
your dream. And this is something, like I said, you when we chatted in the past, I've been talking to you and you just baking a cake. You're like, I just
exactly.
like to cook and it's just stress free and all this thing. So was there an aha moment that had you move this hobby? Because I mean, you just love to bake. Again, she counts money in the daytime, but she likes to bake cakes at night. What was your aha moment to move forward?
Well, it started with COVID. I think with
Oh.
COVID, everyone found something that either they were already doing and it just kind of went to another level, or you discovered
Mm.
something totally new. And for me, it was just being in quarantine and watching a lot of YouTube videos
Wow.
and subscribing to several YouTube videos of individuals that were baking, cooking, that kind of thing. And so it really started um, with looking at videos that would help my cooking of real food better. And then, of course, it just kind of flowed to the cooking,
Hmm.
to the baking rather. I've been baking
Right.
since I was 9 years old. The first thing I ever baked for profit was when I was about 9 years old. In elementary school, started baking brownies, taking them to school and selling them. So I kind of understood it early on that, okay, if you make it taste good
Mm-hmm.
and you package it right, you got a customer.
There
So
you go. There you go.
so
Yeah.
so moving this forward to this season of life, it just became, family and friends said, oh, you know what, your stuff is, so wonderful, blah blah blah. You should do this. You should do this. Okay. So after a while, you start listening to what people are saying, because honestly, I think your friends and your family see something in you that
Mm-hmm.
you don't always see.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Because we're
So,
so
so
familiar with it.
right,
Yeah.
right.
We're
So
so
for me,
familiar with
this is it.
ourselves.
Exactly. So that's really the kind of the
Mm-hmm.
jump off point. And now, I really want to just get better at just making sure that my products are consistent in taste
Yeah.
and presentation, those kinds of things. Learn some different things about the craft of it, about the decorating craft of it. The baking
Mm-hmm.
part. You just
Mm-hmm.
get better by the repetition. And same thing with the decorating part. I
Yeah.
think I've shared some photos with you, and you can, if I can kind of go backwards to maybe even 5 years
Mm-hmm.
ago, when I would just bake cakes occasionally, just to see the progression from then to now is just up. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Absolutely. For those of you just tuning in, this is our TCE Business Spotlight. Of course, the TCEsummit.com is here. It's coming November 4th. Make sure you get your ticket. But one of our featured sponsors is Chef Phil, also known by her daytime name is Phyllis Drake, who is baking some. Actually, she has a cake. She has a contract right now. She's doing the frosting. I'm watching her make her real frosting for someone's cake. Was going to be amazing. You can reach out and with Phyllis. You can connect with her on IG. She lives on Instagram. I mean, she does. But she has her own personal Instagram. But Phil Cakes is right there on your screen on Instagram. Make sure you do that underscore or low tech. There's that phone number 757-513-8601. You can text. You can call to get that all to get this greatness on your table, okay? Because I've already put in my order for next year for graduation for my daughter. I need me a Phil cake, so I'm excited about that. Email hook her up Hit her up. Hit her up. Let me get together. You see the butter is you making that thing. I'm all off my game because I'm watching this frosting. Phyllis Drake 01 at gmail.com is how you can reach out about it. Now you just shared again a little bit about your aha moment and what brought you to where you're at, taking this healthy risk, family, friends, network, and said, hey, you make some great cakes. You should do something with this. Is there one thing that you did because again, you're a new business owner? I also enjoyed the fact when you said it was COVID and this whole, a lot of people lost a lot of things in COVID, and we still pray and we just, it's just, we pray for families going through and loved ones who have lost, but there was a lot of inspiration and motivation during COVID for some folks to take, step out on their dream, step out on some things that they need to do. And that's something you did. Was there one other thing you may have done that gave you a bam for your business venture?
You know what? There's always that that part of you that says, you know what, I can do more than one thing. And I think within each person, we have more than one gift, more than one talent, more than one ability. It's just that most of the time we just focus on that one thing because of time or, other responsibilities. And, our quote unquote, our jobs take much of our time, but then you carve out time for other things like, oh, this is another income stream. This is in addition to the income stream part of it. This is a part for me that just gives me fulfillment when people taste my products and their faces just light up. And their response to it is, wow, I haven't had this since my mom made this or since my grandmother made this. So that just is just the aha for me.
Wow, that's amazing. I love it. And that's the way that we all, what a great experience of how, again, something you might be doing on your kitchen table. Maybe, I got this hobby, but folks have been telling you, you might want to do something with this. It is definitely something that you definitely want to think about. Now, we talked about the aha. We talked about, again, the networking and things. Now, there's got to be some maybe that you've learned, because, again, we have some folks who maybe have some gifts and talents, or like they want to jump out in the entrepreneurial world, but they're still a little anxious, still a little scared because they're afraid of making, mistakes or whatever. But is there one particular lesson you've learned as a new business owner that you can share with someone to help them not make the same mistake?
Wow. There's so many lessons. I'm going to just take two because one isn't enough. One is, give yourself grace. Sometimes I think we grant more grace to other people than we do ourselves when we step out and do something different. Another is, don't be intimidated by the Instagram reels, the social media reels, of people that have been doing this for years. They all started someplace too. So, take that leap. They're going to be successes. They're going to be moments of things turning out not so well, like especially anybody who's in cooking and baking world. There's going to be things that don't turn out well and you have to start over. So I would say to people, just start off, do what you can as you can, and just build, be consistent in that. Listen to people that have been doing whatever it is you're attempting to do. Listen to their stories. Try to find the common factor and the common ground in those things and apply them to your situation, because again, every situation, is different.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, you got an excellent advice, cuz, from Frankie Hemi. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Excellent. Thanks for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Well, that's some really good advice for everyone who's looking to start. Mistakes happen, but we need to learn from them. Don't let a mistake or anxiety keep you from stepping out the boat, stepping out the bun, taking these healthy risks. That's the way we need to do it. Again, for those, we have about maybe a minute or so left, but if you have a question or a comment for Chef Phil, Phyllis Drake, who is, again, y'all, I think I can smell the frosting. I think I can smell it coming through the screen.
I wish you guys had smell-o-vision, because this is really I wish we had more time so that you could actually see the cake. But if we have a photo of a cake, we'll post up.
Yeah, well, again, let me share this again. I'm going to put her Instagram, and normally I told Phyllis I want to go and show y'all. She's got these beautiful cakes on her Instagram, but in the green room I did that, and when I came back, I couldn't hear Phyllis. So I'm a little hesitant to leave the live stream right now with that, but I will say, check out her cakes on Instagram, Phil Cakes right there. This is how you can reach out to her, 757-513-8601. Share it. When we're done with this broadcast, again, we're live streaming on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. You all can share this again and things of this nature. Next time we get Phyllis up here, I'm going to have her bring me a photo so I can show y'all her cake. But I'm telling you, I was at her Chef Phil Instagram. I get hungry. And then she has the nerve to send me messages of these pretty cakes and food she's making. And I don't have no slice, but that's another story. That's another show. But so, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah. So listen, as we have maybe about a minute or so to go, and again, we want to thank those folks who's watching. What's next? What's your next for Phil Cakes? What would you like to? What's your next step?
Next, I'm actually branching out and doing other things than cakes. I'm actually moving into doing dessert shooters. I'm doing an event in November with a caterer, and I'm going to be doing for an event for the Williamsburg Opera, and I'm going to be doing some dessert shooters for that. So I want to kind of get into that lane as well as just keeping up with trends, and like I said, just making sure that that I'm making this frosting correctly, and taking challenges. A lot of the things that I make have been the result of customer requests. But baking is such a process that once you kind of get the process down, you can apply that process to other and different types of cakes. So bring them on.
All right. She's got some plans. I love it. That's what it's all about. So listen, we want to again thank Chef Phyllis Drake for being here and sharing her vision and what she's done and the courage to step off, step out, from the kitchen table with her cakes and her frostings, guys, made from scratch. Okay. Listen, I wanted her to do something for me and she does everything fresh. And I was thinking, don't you just freeze the cakes and I can just get. And she's looked at, we're on the phone and she's like, I know you didn't say the frozen word. Like, I know you didn't say the frozen word. So I need to get educated because she does stuff like fresh. So if you're having an event, anything for your thing. Oh, hold on. Your cousin Frankie says, don't forget the biscuits. So she does biscuits.
I got it.
Awesome.
I make biscuits from scratch too, and so in a few weeks when our family gets together again for Thanksgiving, I will be doing that.
She'll be doing that. I love it. But think about how this all starts. Again, you start for family and friends, and then she took it to a whole nother level, and now she's doing her thing. So again, we wish you all the success in the world. We want to make sure, absolutely. And thank you for being. I'm glad it just worked out that we could get you live today.
Yeah.
Actually in your kitchen doing your thing. I want to put your where folks can reach out to you again. For those of you who are joining us, remember we're here 12 noon on Mondays, TCE TV. We're sharing career, life, and business news. We get the blessings of interviewing some great small business owners and others who are making doing great work in our communities. Or sometimes it's yours truly sharing all the things as your career engineer, what you need to do to make sure your Monday mornings are awesome. But this is how you can reach out to Chef Phil. Let her know you saw her on TCE TV. You can reach out to follow her on her Instagram, Phil_cakes, like what you see right there on the screen. Oh, she's showing me there. Look at that. Hold on. Let me get that in the big screen. Let's see if we can pull that up. There it is. Look at that, guys. Real frosting made from scratch. Not
real cream cheese frosting. So
yeah.
If you need this in your life, give me a call.
If you need it in your life. I love it. So there you go. 757-513-8601. Of course, I'll put the email as well right there on the screen for you. Reach out to her for family events, business events, any event. She'll see what she can do. But phyllisdrake01@gmail.com. I know we're like a few moments over, but do you have any closing thing you want to say, Phyllis, to anybody who's watching?
I would say to anybody that's watching, take that step, take that leap. You'll be glad you did.
I love it. All right. Well, you all be blessed. Again, have a great week. Chef Phil, get that. I can't wait to see that carrot cake. Everyone be blessed. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
You're welcome. We'll see. Well, hey, TCTV, we'll see you guys next week.